morning children. Welcome back to online classes. Dear children, how are you? I believe you are all keeping well. Children, in this pandemic situation, what is the best thing? The best thing is stay home and stay safe and follow the COVID instructions. Wear masks and use sanitizer whenever you go outside. Dear children, before going to the class, let me introduce myself. I am Lata, working as CRT English in KGBV Dachepalli, Guntur district. Children, before going to our session, let us remember some points about previous class. In our previous class, I told you about Unit 9 class, Unit 2. Unit 2. The theme of this unit is games and sports. Games and sports. Games conducted in a big stadium. Games are cricket, volleyball, hockey, cricket, volleyball, hockey, football. And sports. Sports Olympiad. Sports conducted in Olympiad. Sports are running, swimming, long jump, high jump. Games conducted in big stadium. Games are cricket, volleyball, hockey, football, and sports running, swimming, long jump, and high jump. Sports conducted in Olympiad. Still, dear children, I hope you all understood the difference between games and sports. Now, let us open your English textbook, page number 26. Page number 26. In page number 26, we have a beautiful quotation. Dream, dream and dream high, for dreams lead to thoughts and thoughts lead to actions. This famous quote is told by the great Dr. Abdul Kalam. This means if you don't dream big, then you can't do something big for you. The dream is the only thing which can encourage you every day to do some big for yourself and also for others. And children, let us see the meaning of our first 26, page number 26, 5 passages. We discussed first 5 passages in previous class. Let us see the meaning. This story talks about an athlete. This story talks about an athlete who is very much talented. This athlete name is Michael Stone. He is an athlete in pole vault. Pole vault means a sport in which you see a long pole swing over a high barrier. swing over a high barrier. When Michael was a child, his mother told numerous stories about flying. When Michael was a child, his mother told numerous stories about flying. And Michael's father's name is Bert Stone. Michael's father's name is Bert Stone. Bert Stone was a hardcore realist. Bert Stone was a hardcore realist. He believed in hard work and sweat. His motto is, if you want something, work for it. From the age of 14, Michael began weightlifting program. From the age of 14, Michael began weightlifting program. Now, children, all of you open your textbook page number 27. True height. True height. This story talks about the feelings of an athlete as he pursues his dream. Read about a nerve-wracking day in Michael Stone's life as he prepares to take the ultimate test of his sports career. It is an inspiring achievement that will leave you breathless. This is the story of Michael Stone. His palms were sweating. He needed a towel to dry his grip. A glass of ice water quenched his thirst but hardly cooled his intensity. The AstroTurf he sat on was as hot as the competition he faced today at the National Junior Olympics. The pole was set at 17 feet. That was 3 inches higher than his personal best. Michael Stone confronted the most challenging day of his pole vaulting career. The stands were still filled with about 20,000 people, even though the final race had ended an hour earlier. The pole vault is truly the glamorous event of any track and field competition. The sportsman combines the grace of a gymnast and the strength of a bodybuilder. The pole vaulting also has the element of flying, and the thought of flying as high as a 2-storied building is a mere fantasy to anyone watching such an event. Today it is not only Michael Stone's reality and dream, it is his quest. As long as Michael could remember, he had always dreamed of flying. Michael's mother read him numerous stories about flying when he was growing up. Her stories were always the ones that described the land from a bird's eye view. Her excitement and passion for details made Michael's dream full of color and beauty. Michael had this one recurring dream. He would be running down a country road. He could feel the rocks and checks of dirt at his feet. As he reached down the golden lined wheat fields, he would always outrun the locomotives passing by. He would begin soaring like an eagle. Where he flew would always coincide with his mother's stories. His dad, on the other hand, was not a dreamer. Bert Stone was a hardcore realist. He believed in hard work and sweat. His motto, if you want something, work for it. From the age of 14, Michael did just that. He began a very careful and regimented weightlifting program. He worked out every other day and weightlifts with some kinds of running work on alternate days. The program was carefully monitored by Michael's coach, trainer, and father. Michael's dedication, determination, and discipline was coach's dream. Michael's father is his coach, and his father's dream is Michael's dedication, determination, and discipline. His father is a hardcore realist. And besides being an honest student, Michael Stone continued to help his parents with their farm chores. All these exercises, Michael helped his, doing all these exercises, Michael helped his parents with their farming and household works. Michael's persistency in striving for perfection was not only his obsession but his passion. Helping his parents is Michael's passion. Working hard is his passion. Mildred Stone, Michael's mother. What is the name of Michael's mother? Mildred Stone. Mildred Stone, Michael's mother, wished that he could relax a bit more and be that free dreaming little boy. She wished always Michael could be relaxed. That's why he could dream freely. On one occasion, she attempted to talk to him and his father about this. One occasion, she talked to his father and Michael also, but his dad quickly interrupted. Interrupted means stop the continuous progress of an activity. Michael's father stopped his mother's activity, smiled and said, "You want something? Work for it. If you want something, work for it." We have discussed his father is a realist. All of Michael's words today seem to be the reward of his hard work. All of Michael's words are because of his hard work. If Michael Stone was surprised, thrilled, or arrogant about clearing the bar at 17 feet, you could not tell him. If Michael Stone was surprised, thrilled, or arrogant, we could not see about his rewards or about him. As soon as he landed on the inflated landing mat and with the crowd on its feet, Michael immediately began preparing for his next attempt at flight. He seemed oblivious of the fact that he had just surpassed his personal best by 3 inches and that he was one of the final 2 competitors in the pole vaulting event at the National Junior Olympics. This was just like qualifying match. In this match, he was the one of finalists. He was one of the finalists. Michael cleared the bar at 17 feet and 2 inches and 17 feet 4 inches. Michael cleared the bar at 17 feet 2 inches and 17 feet 4 inches. First one is 17 feet. First one is 17 feet. And second one is 17 feet 2 inches. Third one is 17 feet 4 inches. 17 feet 4 inches. Again he showed no emotion. Again he was not happy. Constant preparation and determination was his vision. What is his vision? Constant preparation and determination was his vision. As he lay on his back, and heard the crowd groan, he knew the other Walter had missed his final jump. By the sound of crowd, he knew that the other Walter had missed his final jump. He knew it was time for his final jump. He knew it is for his final jump. Since the other Walter had fewer misses, Michael needed to clear this vault to win. Michael wanted to clear to win. A miss would get him second place. He got a second place in that match, in that pole vaulting. Nothing to be ashamed for, but Michael would not allow himself the thought of not winning first place. He would not think about first place. He rolled over and did his ritual of 3-finger tipped push-ups. He rolled over moving in a particular direction. He moved in a particular direction and did his ritual of 3-finger tipped push-ups and practiced his 3-finger tips push-ups. He found his pole, stood and stepped on the runway. That led to the most challenging event of his 17-year-old life. That is the most challenging event of his 17-year-old life. The runway felt different this time. The runway was different this time. It started him for a brief moment. Started feeling sudden shock. By running or walking in that runway, he felt a sudden shock. He felt shocked. Then it all hit him like a wet ball of hay. Like a bound up bundle. The bar was set at 9 inches higher than his personal best. Personal best. At first 3 inches higher than his personal best, and next 9 inches his personal best. At first the bar was set at 3 inches higher than his personal best, and next 9 inches higher than his personal best. Filled his mind with anxiety. The runway felt different this time. It started him for a brief moment. Then it all hit him like a wet ball of hay. The bar was set at 9 inches higher than his personal best. That's only 1 inch of the national record, he thought. He thought in his mind, that's only 1 inch of the national record. The intensity of the movement, the power, the strength of that movement filled his mind with anxiety. He is somewhat of worrying. He began shaking off the tension from his body. With tension, he began shaking off his body. It wasn't working. He became more tense. Why is this happening to me? He thought. What happened? Why this happening to me? He began to get nervous. He began somewhat of feeling nervous. Fear would be more accurate description. What was he going to do? He had never experienced these feelings. feelings. Then out of nowhere and from the deepest depths of his soul, he envisioned his mother. Then when he feeling nervous, he visioned his mother's stories. He remembered what his mother told in the past when he was a child. Why now? What was his mother doing in his thoughts? What was his mother doing in his thoughts? His mother did thoughts at a time like this. It was simple. His mother always used to tell him whenever he felt tense, anxious, or even scared to take a deep breath. His mother always told whenever he felt tense, whenever Michael felt tense or anxious or even scared to take a deep breath. His mother told whenever you felt tense, you take a breath. So he did. Along with shaking that tension from legs, he gently laid his bowl at his feet. He began to stretch out his arm and upper body. He began to stretch out his body. The light breeze that was once there was now gone. He could feel a trickle of cold sweat running down his back. He could feel a trickle of cold sweat running down his back. He carefully picked up his pole. He felt his heart pounding. He felt his heart beating, his heart rising. He listens his heart's beating. He was sure the crowd did too. The silence was deafening. The crowd was very silent. When he heard the singing of some distant robins in flight, he knew it was his time to fly. When he heard the singing of the distant robins, he heard some distant distance, a number of birds were flying. He heard the sound of the birds. He knew it was his time to fly. Then hearing the birds sound, he think this was his time to fly. As he began sprinting down the runway, as he began running on the runway, something felt wonderfully different. When he started running on the runway, something felt very different for him, yet familiar. The surface below him felt like the country road he used to dream about. The surface was like the country road he used to dream about. The rocks and chunks of dirt. The visions of the golden wheat field seemed to fill his thoughts. The rocks and chunks of dirt. All of experiences envisioned when he was practicing. All of these experiences envisioned when he was practicing. He was remembering when he was practicing in the country road. All of the rocks and chunks of dirt, the visions of the golden wheat fields seemed to fill his thoughts, fill his ideas. When he took a deep breath, it happened. It happened means it started. He began to fly. His takeoff was effortless. His takeoff was very simple. It is very simple thing for him. Michael Stone was flying just as in his childhood dreams. But the difference is, this is reality. Only this time he knew he was not dreaming. This was reality. Everything seemed to be moving in slow motion. The air around him was the purest and freshest he had ever sensed. He sensed the air very fresh around him. Michael was soaring with the majesty of an eagle. He was soaring with the majesty of an eagle. It was either the eruption of the people in the stands or the thump of his landing that brought Michael back to earth. He landed earth very safely. It was either the eruption of the people in the stands or the thump of his landing that brought Michael back to earth. On his back with that wonderful hot sun on his face, he could only envision the smile of his mother's face. He visioned his mother's face. He visioned his mother's face. He knew his dad was probably smiling too. He also knew his dad was probably smiling too. Even laughing, Bet would always do that when he got excited, smile and then sort of giggle. Bet would always do that when he got excited, he smiled and then sort of giggle. Well, he did not know was that his dad was hugging his wife and crying. He did not know his dad was hugging his mother and crying. He was crying harder than Mildred had ever seen before. She didn't saw her husband until then. She didn't saw Mildred had ever seen before. She didn't ever seen before her husband crying like this. She also knew he was crying the greatest tear of all. She also knew he was crying the greatest tear of all, tears of pride. The tears of pride. The tears of pride. Michael was immediately swarmed with people hugging and congratulating him on the greatest accomplishment of his life. People were immediately hugging and congratulating Michael with his greatest accomplishment of his life, with his great success. He later went on that day to clear 17 feet 6.5 inches, a national and international junior Olympics record. He later went on that day to clear 17 feet and 6.5 inches, a national and international junior Olympics. With all the media attention and heartfelt congratulations, all are congratulating to Michael. Michael's life would never be the same. It wasn't just because he won the National Junior Olympics and set a new world record. He set a new world record. That's why all of congratulating Michael Stone. And it wasn't because he had just increased his personal best by 9.5 inches. It wasn't because the personal best by 9.5 inches. It was simple because Michael Stone was blind. Michael Stone was blind. The disability didn't stop him. He became a successful person in his life in pole vaulting. Though he was blind, he became a successful in pole vaulting. Now, children, I hope all of you understood very well about this lesson. Now, I'll ask you some questions. What did the story? First question is, what did the story? What did the story or lesson? What What did the lesson talks about? What did the story or lesson talks about? The story talks about an athlete. And the story talks about an athlete. The story talks about an athlete. And second question, what is the name of the athlete? 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 And what is the meaning of a pole vault? What is the meaning of pole vault? What is the meaning of the pole vault? Next, fourth question. What is the name? What is the name? What is the name of Michael's father? Of Michael's father. What is the name of Michael's father? What is the name of Michael's father? Next, fifth question. Who is his coach? Who is his coach? Fifth question. Who is his coach? Who is his coach? Next, what is the name of Michael's mother? What is the name of Michael's mother? What is the name of the athlete? Michael Stone. And what is the meaning of pole vault? What is the name of Michael's father? Who is his coach? What is the name of Michael's mother? Dear children, now I will give you an assignment. Please note down. Assignment. Assignment. You have read the biography of Michael Stone. You have read the biography of Michael Stone. Michael Stone. Think of some world famous. Think of some world famous sporting personalities. World media collect information about collect information about any one of them and write any one of them and write a biographical sketch. Biographical sketch. You may include the following. You may include the following. First, date and place of birth. Date and place of birth. Date and place of birth. And second, information about the family. Information about the family. Information about the family. Achievements of the person. Achievements of the person. Awards, prizes. Honors, etc. Important events in the life. Important events in the life of the person. Education, marriage, profession. Education, marriage, profession. Inspiration to others. Inspiration to others. Next. Inspiration to others. Inspiration to others. Message to the society. Message to the society. Message to the society. Contribution to his or her field and society. Sixth point. Contribution. Contribution to his or her field and society. Field and society. Now, children, you have read the biography of Michael Stone. This is the biography of Michael Stone. Think of by using this, write a biographical sketch of a sports personality from India.